Hi, I'm Nancy Martinez, and I'm the Director of the Independent Retail Customer Channel and Marketing here at Lembush Roses, and welcome to LBR Talks, where we share nuggets on business and leadership to help you elevate and enhance your floral business. Today, I'm excited to share with you a survey that just came out from the Floral Marketing Fund on how to increase the demand and satisfaction of your floral industry. So Kristin Thomas, our marketing coordinator, and I are going to be doing a deep dive on what the contents of this survey is, because it's 37 pages. So we're giving you the summary, the highlights. You're going to want to stay till the very end where we really hone in on all the really good information that this survey has. So why don't we just get to my conversation with Kristin as we go through this survey. Hi, and welcome to LBR Talks. I am excited to introduce to you Kristin Thomas, our marketing coordinator on her maiden voyage here.
Yes, excited, finally, right?
Yes,
I know, it's been, we're part of the same team, we're in the marketing department, and I feel like I've been really involved in this LBR Talks, but never have actually been in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah, welcome.
It's about time.
Yeah, it's about time, and thanks for joining me.
Of course, excited.
Yeah. So Kristin and I have done a deep dive on a survey, an industry survey that just came out from the Floral Marketing Fund.
Visual.
Yeah, and it's called Increasing Demand and Satisfaction in the Floral Industry. And there's just some really good information, some good statistics that we knew after we looked at it that we would want to make sure that our customers have this information, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And we know that you guys don't have time to dive through a 37-page survey, so but
we did it for you.
So we did it for you, and just some really good information. So I'm going to be looking, there's a lot of statistics, so you might see me looking down, but then we're going to talk about them. And I think the first thing, Kristin, to make our customers aware of is really the definitions of who a baby boomer is, who's the Gen X, and who's the millennials.
I had to look it up.
Yeah, because even I am like, I don't
what
even
am
know
I
where
again?
I fit. I know now.
I know,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Although I question it because I'm a little like, I could see really,
You could blend.
I could blend. I'm a blender. Yeah.
Okay.
That old soul of mine.
Yeah. Well, a baby boomer is someone who was born on or before 1964.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So those are more mature,
better
customers out there. Sarah's giving us this snarky face, and I mean mature in the nicest way. Gen X's are your 1965ers through 1984.
That's where I fit.
And then you have the millennials. Okay? Yeah. Okay. I'm actually with you in the Gen Xers.
Oh, yeah.
By the way.
I knew that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the baby boomers, your Gen Xers, and then the millennials are after 1984. Okay.
And then there's beyond that, but we'll just say millennials and younger.
There is. I think this is the purchasing consumers, right?
Sure.
So anybody younger than a millennial, we didn't define in here.
Makes sense.
Okay. So this is important because each of these groups buy differently, right? So it's important for us to know that and what and why they're buying. So guess, I know you know, don't look at your notes, who purchased the flowers most of these age groups?
Let's say for a moment,
Just last year. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, just so you guys are aware too, is that right? They studied, just to give you, because I feel like we need to explain, 8,000 people.
Oh yeah, right. There's a and
it was last June that they did, so June of 2021.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
I was curious about that because I just thought, well, you know, and it was across the United States, so it wasn't one specific.
It's a great sample size. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and a good chunk from each of these age groups.
Right.
Yes.
I would have said, if I hadn't, I would have said for sure baby boomers.
Yeah. So surprisingly are not the millennials. So this is really good for us to understand that the younger generation are really gravitating to purchasing flowers for different reasons maybe, but 54% So more than half, right, of the millennials are purchasing flowers, not far behind by the Gen X's, which is 53. So
right.
But still that younger chunk. The baby boomers, 41%. So there's that big gap. So we're going to want to understand and know those customers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then cater to them.
And cater to them. Yep, for sure. Okay. Who do you think received the most flowers?
Again, I would have said baby boomers and older, because I would have thought, like, right? Weren't we all buying for our parents and grandparents? Aren't we?
Yeah, only 29% of baby boomers received.
I know. That's almost disappointing. Shame on you.
Buy mom some flowers today.
Yes, please do.
Millennials, again, 47% of them received, 44 Gen X's, and like I said, 29% for the baby boomers. So I think just even those two statistics is really telling. So the younger generation are giving and receiving a higher percentage of flowers.
Which is encouraging. That means that next generation that's coming up love having flowers and giving flowers. So that's super encouraging in our industry.
Yeah,
right?
and that they're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. And where are they buying? So as a group, so this isn't subdivided yet, but where are customers buying flowers?
Floral shop, grocery, and box stores.
And then there's others that
other.
Online was one too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, and again, then for me, I would have said, well, online. I mean, my gosh, we've been in a pandemic.
Yeah. But you can order online from your local florist. So local florists were the number one,
which is awesome.
Place. Yeah. So 39%, followed by 26% mass merchant, and then 23% at grocery and 20% online. So those were the top four. But local florists really, by leaps and bounds, were the number one.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yay, us.
And the breakdown of that. So the Gen X's and younger, so the millennials and the Gen X's, 40 to 50% bought at their local florist. The baby boomers, 50% at a major grocery store. And then they opted to go to their local florist for bereavement. So if they had funerals attending, they would go there over a major grocery store. So,
of course.
So you can see, interestingly enough, again, that the younger generation want that more personal connection with the people they're dealing with, right? They like, you think about them, they like locally grown, they like to shop at independents, not chains, right? And so they're going to support those businesses, and we see that in this survey.
Right.
Yeah. So that's great. And why? Why are people giving flowers?
For me, you mean, are you saying like categories like I'm sorry's and I screwed ups?
Yeah, oopsies.
Right. I would go, and I know that I've read this, and I would have to look at the actual percentages. But for me, I think, okay, during COVID times, I sure would think it was more of a thinking of you. Possibly bereavement would have been my first top two choices.
Yeah, I think the major things, again, birthdays were number one. So again, and it could have been COVID. It was their way to say happy birthday when
without
I couldn't
being in person,
take you out or hang out with you. I'm going to send you flowers. And Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, right after that. Okay. And then here's one for your home. Yeah, that was number 4 on the list.
That's my favorite.
Number 4. On the list for your home. So for personal enjoyment or that thinking of you, right? So just as a way of reaching out to someone or buying for yourself.
Thinking of myself today. We deserve flowers, even if we have to buy them for ourselves.
Yeah. So I think about that, and I think about what our florists could offer in their shops, right? So if it's not occasional, that every day is super important.
Yes. Yep, I agree. And maybe even thinking about having a section of their cooler that kind of guided them towards that for you or for your home.
I love that. For
you know,
your home.
and then the containers that they're choosing are neutral, so it can match, you know, home decor,
on trend
colors. Yes, and have that be very obvious that it's for your home.
Yeah, yeah. I even like that if you're going into a floral shop, right, and you're shopping for a holiday or a birthday or whatever, and then you see that section. I mean, that's going to like entice me.
Absolutely. I know me personally, I mean, I know I work here and I have the, you know, well, although many of you also are around flowers every day, I feel like especially, and I know Nancy and I often talked about what's in your house now, but we really upped our game having flowers flowers in our homes all the time. And I know that this is a part of it. So did some of your customers. They became accustomed to having beautiful plants and flowers in their houses, you know, every day during that time. And now we're almost in the habit of, we want to make sure that you guys are also keeping that habit going with your customers, because I feel like we got it, you know, we got them. We love it. I do. When I don't have a fresh vase of flowers in my house now, I was, you know, like, I need to find some now because it feels empty without. So use that. We've got that perfect situation. Let's use it and continue to encourage them. Like, having fresh flowers and plants in your home has many advantages.
Yes. And speaking to those too, so what they call the best method to increase purchases in your cut flowers is to remind your customers of the benefits. So it's kind of what we're talking about, but even in signage or even in your social media or however you reach out to your customers, remind them of the benefits, which we'll talk through some of them. I mean, some are reducing stress. You know, there's some people that say it's medically proven that having flowers around actually can reduce stress. Right. I know it just kind of gives you peace, though, for sure, right? Absolutely. I mean, when you see them. And boosting your mood. I think you just kind of spoke to that, Kristin, right? I mean, just walking into another room and seeing them there just really brightens your day. How about this one? Bolsters relationship. If someone's giving me flowers,
you're going to like them more?
I am going to like you way more. Absolutely.
Let's just be transparent here.
Yes.
Don't disagree. Yes.
It's just a nice gesture, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it just says I'm thinking of you, and I think it's just a super nice feeling when you know someone has thought about you, no matter what the reason.
Yep. And you've lived that through Petal It Forward. You know what that giving of flowers, and the reaction you get from that. There's a lot of joy.
Yes, there is in both receiving and giving. Yes, as we know. Boost your memory. So I don't know if that's medically proven, but I need to put them in every room of my house now for sure. Helps you fall asleep. Helps you psychologically heal. So a lot of good stuff. Anyway,
mental health. I would agree on that.
Yeah, good mental health. So there's reasons, and if you can like help promote that, I mean, as an added benefit, I mean, why not, right?
Yep.
Especially coming into, right now we're in November as we film, so coming into the winter months here. I mean, we could use anything to help.
We don't have our outside flowers anymore.
Yeah, no,
we don't have our gardens.
So we need to bring our gardens inside.
Absolutely.
And really, I mean, you can use that, by the way, that tagline, bring your gardens inside.
That's a freebie.
That's going to bring lots of sales. Just to help our moods for sure. So the information source that our age groups are getting to buy our flowers are different. So our baby boomers are going to use our past experience. So think about like, I buy Campbell's soup because my mother always bought Campbell's. I would never buy Swanson's because it wasn't in my house. I buy from this floral shop because this is where I've always bought. Why would I go anywhere else? So past experience, when they're positive, is the mentality of the baby boomer.
Makes sense.
Whereas Gen X and millennials, they get their information more from Googling, searching on the web, getting their own they want information, right?
And they want
it now. So they'll search, and once they find you, they're going to probably do a little deeper dive and
Yep.
look at your social media.
Yep.
Check out your Instagram.
Yep.
See like what your shops are providing. What kind of
What's your vibe?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
and they're going to want some kind of connection, right?
Yes.
So they have that connection, and then they're going to purchase from you, and then they're going to enhance that connection by actually meeting you.
Totally agree
Yeah.
with that.
So important. So interesting. So, I mean, we can see from this, it's flowers are still important to everybody, but we cannot discount that there's differences in the age groups
And understanding them.
and understanding
Yep.
them.
And catering towards each group. You know, you're going to have your millennials, which is really, guys, it is supposed to be your largest customer that's going to be spending the most. But, you know, you reach to them how they want to be connecting with you, and then do it differently with your baby boomer customers. And don't just do a blanket, right? If you just do a blanket, you might be missing. Would you agree? Blanket marketing?
Yeah, I think the more you can speak to the customer wherever you're speaking to them, and we're going to get to this. Actually, I'm inviting Kristin back for another episode, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to look at the age groups and how do we speak to them and where are we going to capture their attention most. So it's going to be fun to continue this conversation with that.
Yes.
So yeah. Super important. Yeah, fun stuff.
I know.
So
intriguing.
we unpacked some of it. We'll have a link to this survey, so you can, those of you who want to dig into it and kind of see the numbers and the statistics.
Those of you
more.
who like a lot of charts and graphs, there are plenty
gosh,
in here.
Yes,
Plenty
yes.
in
I
here.
think they know the floral industry is a very visual group, so they did put a lot of
They
that
gave
in
a
there.
lot, yeah.
So hopefully that helped. I think, again, the more you know about the customers, the more you know, right? And it's a good thing.
There's your tagline.
Yeah, you can use that too. All right. Well, thanks for coming this time, Kristin.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next time. Well, I hope you got some good information from that survey that the Floral Marketing Fund did and through Kristin and my conversation. And like I said, I think the more you know, and I think it's just going to be helpful for you to understand your customers and the whys behind what they're buying. As always, I like to leave you with a quote, and this one is from Natalie Massenet, and she says, "In order to stay relevant, you have to stay open to new trends and keep educating yourself. You have to keep evolving." And I think you continue to do that by watching episodes like this with us and just really doing some deep dives into what the trends are and just learning more about your customers. So congratulations for doing that. And thank you again for being here. And stay tuned next time when Kristin comes back, and we're going to do a little bit deeper dive onto how you can reach those customers and where the boomers, the Gen X's, and the millennials look for and find their information. So until next time, thanks for joining us.